Hey everyone, and welcome to the third Fifth Draft podcast. In this episode, we're going to do a little bit of a interesting fantasy spin that I am totally not stealing from a different podcast that I've been listening to. So we've brought some of our other friends with us, along with your other co-host Hyde,
Hello.
and then we also have probably the star of the first podcast that we had via our stories, Matt.
Hello, everybody.
And then I think we've talked about Seamus a little bit. He's been in um,
The
the
test
first one that
episode
we started and some of the test episodes.
What year is it?
Exactly. 3 years
this
later.
year. It's this year.
And then last but not least, we have Mike, who was also one of the original five.
Hello.
So the idea behind this episode is fairly simple. For 2020 game releases, the idea is we will each pick a game in a snake draft. The game has to be, well, the game has to be anticipated to be released for 2020. You may pick a game like an Assassin's Creed game that is thought to be coming out but may have delays or may be pushed back, and you'll eventually get 0 points. But the thought process is each of us will have 5 games in our snake draft. The average highest score from Metacritic will win our fantasy games of 2020. Is there any questions from the people drafting?
Nope.
All right.
Now we straight.
So we've done a little bit of research and all that, but before we get into it, what games you been playing this week, Hyde?
Since I finally got some DLCs for CK2, I've been playing a lot of that. It's a lot more fun with the DLCs.
That's the one.
Else?
No? Okay. That Crusader Kings, that's the one that if you have that and then push it into the Iron, Hearts of Iron, can't you go from
it's the mega campaigns from CK2 to EU4, or Europa Universalis, into Victoria 2, into Hearts of Iron 4.
Okay.
Yep.
From the 3 people that we don't normally have you guys been doing anything gaming wise this week that's been interesting?
I've been playing Age of Mythology, kicking Mike's ass.
He has been.
Because he sucks.
Well, here's the thing. You've been watching too many...
Nope, you're just bad.
Yeah, nope. I've been playing from my knowledge back from the good old days, and
you
you've been
suck.
watching tutorials, and I've beaten you a few times. I think I won
Once.
3 of 10 games.
Nope, once.
Okay, well.
Now, this might be a game that's been sleeping everybody's mind, but we've also been
Sleeping?
playing Minecraft.
Sleeping. The classic sleeping of the mind.
And, it's been being skipped over for some reason. I don't know, we literally just came from it. I'm not quite sure on what happened.
We're still mid Minecraft, Matt.
Yeah. So for those of you in the podcast that we haven't talked about this, starting this week, Matt had a good idea of trying to play a game together. So we're doing a straw poll picking game that's good for everybody, and this week we chose Minecraft, which was fun, and then wasn't fun, and then was fun griefing, and then it is now back to looking to see
if it's going to be fun again.
Yeah, but as Mike said while we were playing, part of the fun is actually looking for an area to stop and settle down. That's kind of like the draw to it for some, and I would agree with that statement. So that's part of where we're at now on a second server. Pretty much all I've played this week is just Minecraft and a little bit of Breath of the Wild, trying to push my way through that and doing pretty bad. So today, like we said, we're doing this draft. The first pick in the draft is Seamus, followed by Hyde, Matt, Mike, and then myself, and then we will snake back the other way. So, with that being said, Seamus, you have the first pick.
Is anybody keeping track of this like a spreadsheet?
I have a spreadsheet. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll
Seamus
put it
Hyde
in the
list.
Discord too if you want.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
My first pick is Doom Eternal.
Dang.
Not bad. Not what
Alright.
what I would have picked, but
Well,
What makes you
Listen
think that game is worth your first pick though, Seamus?
just seeing the amount of time they're
Yeah,
putting into
tell
it,
us why you're wrong.
and Doom is awesome.
Dude,
So-
the first Doom was the first Doom, yes, was great. The
This one
last
looks
Doom
better.
that they released was also
Yeah, it's gonna win.
all right. Then I guess Matt, that's on to you.
Excuse me.
Sorry, Hyde.
See, I'm going to pick Cyberpunk 2077.
That is
Lots of hype.
yeah, that I agree. That game could fail real bad, especially
It
since we're going
could.
off of what critics think, not what or what Metacritic thinks. So it could get this really bad
Well,
score, even if it's a good game.
Everyone is ready to suck CG Projekt Red's dick, and I'm ready for those high scores.
And then just so that everybody knows, how we're doing this is we will hopefully the podcast is still going. Sometime in December, we will have everybody back on, and when we will pull up the Metacritic scores that day, and obviously have what the scores would be, and that is when we will announce the final. But so that's when the final Metacritic score counts. Will be in December. So that is where we're at. Also, like I mentioned, if a game is not released this year, then you get a 0. So choose wisely. Obviously, both those games are being released this year, so it doesn't matter. All right, Matt, you're up.
All right, so for my first round draft, I would like to select MLB The Show 2020.
Fuck.
Don't give a shit about baseball games, but people love them. That's pretty much about it.
So, that is a great game. I enjoy that game a lot, and the fact that it's coming to Xbox is fucking fantastic. At least for me, it was one of the reasons I was gonna buy a PS4 or PS5. I know that Seamus gets it every year. I used to have it for the PSP,
Pretty
but
much.
it's always good. It's always good. This is very interesting. This is not the way that I thought it would go. So
same. I did not think it was gonna go this way either.
all right, Mike, the self-proclaimed going to wipe the floor with us.
Yeah, you guys are. All right, so it's Snake. So am I last or you?
I'm
wanna pick
last.
after me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you're
pick
last?
after
Okay.
you, and then I'll pick again, and then you pick.
For my first selection, I would like to select The Last of Us Part 2 coming out May 29th.
So I'm picking based off of a Metacritic score of the last ones, the remasters, and the first Last of Us got a 95 on Metacritic. So that's my reason for picking.
Between MLB The Show and the last.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Dude, Last of
Definitely.
Us is gonna be. Last of Us is like the Metacritic's wet dream, though. They're.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good game, everyone.
Yeah. Well, not totally there, because I am going to choose as my first pick Final Fantasy VII, because not only is it in the hearts and minds of everybody else that have played that game and the reviewers, but just like what 3 did last year, it's going to come out and blow away, in my opinion, the competition. But since I have the next pick too, I believe it is called Dreams.
Not bad.
I'm
Not
going to
bad.
take Dreams for the PS4, probably 5 release title when it comes out. But here's the issue with this game is it could fuck me because it could be really, really bad. It's kind of one of those up in the air games. So those are going to be my first 2 selections. Back to you, Mike.
Hold on, before we go off of that pick for your first pick, the Final Fantasy VII was like the Bears trading to get Trubisky on the first pick. You heard it here first.
You picked the show, dude.
Yeah,
That's why he's
yeah,
going for
that's
the
what- that's
baseball
what people
references.
want.
That's a football
First
reference.
off, I-
Gee,
God
nuts.
Damn it,
It's a whole clusterfuck right now. Excuse me.
Oh shit. Oh
All right.
fuck.
So for my pick, again picking based off of Metacritic, this game its predecessor got a 93 on Metacritic, and although
one
I have
cares.
not played it, well, I'm hyping up my pick, so you sit the fuck down.
I
Despite the fact that I have not played any games in this franchise, a lot of people I know really enjoy them. So for my second pick, coming out March 31st, Persona 5 Royal.
Fair enough. I think that that's also a good choice. The Persona series is
Well,
people do like. Yeah, it's a very well liked series. All right, Matt. Pick
All right, now I have
2K20
two.
or some bullshit.
and I know one of them's gonna be taken and won't come back to me, so I'm gonna take the more or less better one.
The less better one.
The one Halo. I'm gonna go Halo Infinite.
All right.
Ooh.
Halo Infinite.
I'm gonna take it.
That's
That's a risky.
No, it's Halo. It's launching with the new Xbox. Things are gonna go wild. I'm looking forward to that pick.
See, and I don't disagree with you, but at the same time, it could be one of those things where the game it's good, but it's not. People like it, but critics don't like it as much. So you may get screwed on that.
Also,
Halo.
343 has a iffy history with their own Halo games.
Yeah.
I'm not changing. It's locked in.
it's-
Final
it's-
word. I have spoken. Move.
Nice. All right, Hyde.
All right. For my next one, I'm going to pick Resident Evil 3 Remake.
Nice pick.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the last one was good. It was up for Game of the Year, so can't go wrong with RE3.
Yeah, I know there's some concerns about it being less horror and more actiony, but I think it'll be fine.
And I mean, you can't really. People don't get upset with games of that franchise. Seamus.
I mean, RE6.
Yeah.
All right. The game I'm gonna pick is Microsoft Flight Simulator.
All
You're
right.
laughing.
Colton, I think you and I are gonna wipe the floor with everyone.
Oh, you calm down now.
Why do you think Flight Sim's gonna suck?
Because, okay, I'm not saying it's not going to suck, but the premise of this is to draft based off of the Metacritic score. And while
Yeah.
you might enjoy it, and while I might really want
that's
to
what I'm
enjoy
basing it off
playing
of.
to Bannerlord, I'm not picking the games that I like.
You
Have you
really?
seen
What is
anything about Microsoft Flight
what is the Metacritic scores for Flight Simulator?
Probably very good.
Okay.
Let's
Well-
see, Flight Simulator, the last one that came out in
And
actually,
80.
2007 was an 82.
So yeah, that's pretty
Those are
good. pick.
rookie numbers.
No, they're not.
Comparable.
Numbers.
That's pretty good.
Well, considering both of my picks, their predecessors were in the 90s.
Doesn't mean the next one's gonna be good.
I mean,
It does
there's
not.
always that chance that none of these games are going to be good.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, Seamus?
What's that?
You get to pick again.
Oh. All
He
right.
was not prepared.
Kerbal Space Program 2.
Excellent pick.
Yeah, the first one is definitely
But it's also doesn't have a release date. So
It's coming.
okay, let's hope it comes out this year.
comes out before the
April.
December show. It's coming out in April?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
I mean, there's a lot of these games that could get are like
Mountain Blade Bannerlord has been ready to be made since 2013, so I have no hope that it's coming out this year. It's probably gonna get pushed
yeah.
again.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that could get pushed. Hyde.
PC in April, so yeah.
There's a couple big games out there still.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go for Crusader Kings 3.
Really?
Bold.
Yeah. I'm putting myself out on a limb here. For CK3.
I think that, yeah. I mean, when is that supposed to release?
TBD.
Ooh.
Locked in!
You already said
Locked
that.
in. I already locked in.
While Hyde's looking to see the release for CK3, what about you, Matt? What's your third pick?
Oh, we're going Half-Life Alex, baby.
Jesus
That
Christ!
game's gonna be so... No one's gonna like that.
Oh,
that's
it's gonna
alright.
be.
You really don't think people are gonna like it?
Oh, they're gonna love it. Are you kidding me? You know how long people have been waiting for this?
I was gonna say that was, if it would have made it to me, I would have taken it because I think the
I'm
fact that it's
surprised
a
it made it
Valve
this
game.
long. It was second on my list, and I skipped it because I didn't hear anyone really say anything about it.
Yeah, it's.
I'm a little nervous about it because it's like the first fucking Half-Life installment in at least a decade, maybe two, and it's going straight to fucking VR.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
I
It's going
agree
to-
with
I didn't even know it
Matt
was going
though.
to VR.
I agree with Matt. I think people are going to be just have massive erections for this, and even if it's not as good as people want it to be, it'll still be way too much of like just basically
It's in
sucking
the
its
brand.
dick.
Yeah, it's first time release in a long time. People have been waiting for this game forever.
Yeah,
It could literally be garbage. I'm pretty sure it'll get above 50.
probably. Yeah.
Who earlier was talking about the Mega Man and being insulted by it? Was that Mike?
Yeah.
I called
Mega-
it a dead franchise.
If you don't call the next Mega Man, I'm just gonna take you're a whistleblower for it, and I
No.
wanna see that in
Here's
your
the
pick.
thing. I'm
that's all-
picking the
it's your
ones.
turn.
I'm
Go
picking
for
the
it.
ones that are gonna win me this draft, and Mega Man is not a winning number for that. But I can tell you that this game coming out on March 20th on the Switch is going to be a winner.
What's not a winning one?
Mega Man. It's not
Locked
a winning.
it in. He said it. Let's go.
No,
I don't think
Is
there's
it-
a Mega Man game
So
coming out.
well, yeah, actually there is. And
Oh,
yeah, no. My pick, yes. No. Okay.
Yep.
I saw you
Good job.
hit that. I saw that it pop up, and I was like, "Really?
No.
You said
My
that?"
pick, coming out March 20th on the Switch, Animal Crossing New Horizons. People have been blowing their loads about Animal Crossing, so it's going to be
Okay. So here's
probably
the
well
interesting thing with this, Mike. This is the game that I am going to love to play, but from reviewers that I've heard, they're saying that it's going to get reviewed poorly because of Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley has made such an advancement to that series that they think that Animal Crossing, where all you're doing is catching bugs and shit, is like really going to take a hit on that.
But you forget two things, young Colton, which is one, it's coming out on the Switch, and everything that comes out on the Switch is basically gold. And two, it's a Nintendo franchise, which, like,
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, not necessarily a great game, very well reviewed because it's a Zelda game.
I mean,
Breath
it
of the
does.
Wild was also a huge change in the formula.
Yeah, but they just slap Legend of Zelda on something that's already been done, and there you go.
Mike,
I'll fight
I
you on
have
that.
no attachment to Legend of Zelda, but I played Breath of the Wild and loved it.
Okay, that's fine, but
Breath
it's
of the
not
Wild
a
is-
90 whatever they gave it. Just saying. Animal Crossing.
I mean,
Lock it in.
It's fair. Yeah, locked it. I mean, yeah. All right. Well, the first one that I'm going to pick for my third pick is Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
Good choice.
It's basically what Mike's saying. Are they considered an indie developer? I mean, they're
Yeah,
owned by Microsoft now.
That's in Unity. Unless they're doing
Um,
something in-house now, but Ori and the Blind Forest was in Unity.
Yeah, and basically it's just one of those games where it checks every box that reviewers like. In reality, am probably not even going to play it. It's just not my type of game, and I don't really care for it. But I definitely think that that's a game that will be reviewed very well. And then I have to pick one more, don't I?
Yep.
Well, shit. All right, so let's see. I was gonna take Half-Life, but that did not make it back to me. And I'm thinking that a lot of the big games have passed. All right, let's go for another. This could really. Let's go with Zombie Army 4 Dead War.
Good luck.
You think that game's gonna be bad?
I don't know.
It's made by the guys who made Sniper Elite, so they're crossing into the zombie realm. It's probably going to be the exact same type of game, but those games usually review well, so that's why I'm going with it. Mike, you're next.
For my next pick, I will be doing Torchlight 3 on the PC. That one's coming out summer of this year, I believe.
I didn't even hear that they made it. They're making a third one.
Yeah.
Matt.
Okay. So I got 3 on my thing, and I'm gonna take a random shot in the dark. I'm gonna go Marvel's Avengers.
Oh, Matt, think before you do that
I'm
one.
gonna lock it in.
No, don't do that.
I don't need anybody telling me any different.
Matt's gonna lock in the game that might not even come out this year.
No, but they're not even using the same voice actors for the movies.
Look, it's locked in.
It's gonna be bad.
We can
So
talk about this. We can discuss this. But people love superheroes. Looks
Are
like
you
a
sure?
DC game. I'm sorry. Do you not like a superhero? Is your dad not a superhero to you?
My dad's
That's what
dad.
I thought. Therefore, superheroes die. That's how they become heroes. Look at LeBron or Kobe.
Rest in peace, joke.
Anyways, Marvel's Avengers game. Lock it in.
So really, the only issue you may have with this, Matt, is it was just announced they pushed the date back. It might not come out this year.
It is locked in.
Solid 0 score for Matt.
All right, fair enough. Hyde, what is your 4th pick?
Well, I'm gonna go with Neo 2.
Oh shit, yeah. So that game I think could be very, very well reviewed, but it also could suffer from the video game same syndrome. So I think
the Dark Souls syndrome.
Yeah, So
well, so I haven't played Sekiro, but from what I heard, Neo did Samurai Souls better than Sekiro did. So
okay,
that's what I heard. I haven't played both of them side by side, but
all right, Seamus. Race car driver simulator 3. Is that what you're going for this time?
Nope.
Farmers 3.
Nope.
Goat.
I'm gonna go with
Goat Simulator.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, you're close.
Ah, you bastard. That was my next pick.
What is it? I have no idea.
It's open world samurai.
That's the one that they
Samurai back to back
in 1274.
Mike, is that the one that they at the Game Awards show they came out with that trailer where he fought him and okay. Yeah.
They've showed a few. It's been announced for a bit. It was pushed initially, and right now I think they're aiming for a Q3 release. So probably like Christmas time, like just in time for the holidays. So we'll see.
And then you get another pick, Seamus. Your last pick.
So this is where I don't know. Let me look real quick.
So while he's looking, because I know how it is when you feel like you're on the clock talking. For everybody, for games that we've talked about and that we've discussed, what is your most anticipated game for the year?
Avengers.
The Avengers.
When it comes out, gets an 89 metric rating because you can
Metacritic.
play as Iron Man. Spider, thank you. Fucking shoot beams You can play as Captain America. Who doesn't want to throw a shield? And then I'm going to sit here on top of the throne. We're going to come back to this moment where I just said, y'all can suck.
All right, I got my game.
Okay.
Gonna go Little Nightmares 2.
A dick. Thank you for cutting me off.
Little Nightmares 2.
Yes.
All right. What was your first? Your first one was
Ghost of Tsushima.
And then Little what?
Little
Nightmares 2.
2.
I've never heard of it, so can anybody shed light on that game that he just looked up?
I know the
there's
first
the
one was
first
really
game.
good.
There we go. None of us have played it.
All right, Hyde, what's your last game?
That's alright. Speaking of, so I know this franchise has some very diehard fans, but I've never touched it. I highly doubt any of us have touched it. I am going for. Fuck, hold on. I forgot the.
I love
Subtitle.
Tony Island Adventure.
It's No More Heroes 3.
Oh, I mean,
Is that an army game?
No.
it's a Switch game. There's like a hack and slash, right? That's what that is.
I believe so, yeah. It's got American hero Travis Touchdown.
Oh, okay. I just looked it up. Yeah, I saw something about this.
I
He's
think
a
that.
hero assassin.
Yeah, I think that'll be a pretty interesting game. Matt, are you doing DC
right.
Universe now?
So I have 3 on my list left. And one of them came out yesterday, actually, and the Metacritic is a 1.8, only from one user so far, but I think it was from a while ago. That was Warcraft 3. So I'll be
Alright.
taking that one out. Now I got 2 sitting here, and I have a question on one of them. If it's an expansion to a game, can that count?
What game is it?
World of Warcraft.
No, no.
Yeah, no.
That's some bullshit. Just because you
Well, you
guys
still
didn't
got-
think of it, that's alright.
You still got one
I'm
on
gonna
there.
go with Iron Man VR.
That's a good one.
And I know VR games are a gamble, but I'm already in on the other ones, like Halo. Who knows how that's gonna go? Only questionable one in the list so far, so we'll move on.
That's your own. Mike, what's your last game?
I have a couple options here. What do I want to do? Think we'll go with a safe pick and go
What is
with.
not a safe pick you've taken?
Well, I'm taking everything 80. Okay. For me, it was between Doom Eternal and Axiom Verge 2. Doom Eternal is
already taken.
No, that's Doom 64. Sorry, Doom 64 comes out the same day as Doom Eternal, but it's just a rehash of the OG one. But instead, I am gonna go with Axiom Verge 2 for the Switch.
Nice. Never heard of it.
That one, Axiom Verge was well received. It got a 87, or its predecessor got an 87. So I'm feeling pretty good about my picks so far. So my final picks are those.
Nice. I am going to keep in line with the games that we've been playing this week. And coming out later this year will be the Diablo version of Minecraft, and I will be taking the Minecraft dungeons. And the reason for this is, I mean, it's Minecraft, for Christ's sake. I mean, it's done everything. So that's going to be my final choice. From everything that I've heard from reviewers from the podcasts that I listen to, they seem to really like it. So it should be hopefully it's a good game. And then It'd be kind of cool throughout this year. Yeah, we did it because we did this little game fantasy thing because it's a silly thing to do, but it gives us kind of puts us invested in these games, so that we can play them and have fun, or not play them and just see how they do. But it gives us a little bit of investment on the year as people are talking shit in the fucking Discord. You can just say that his picks are garbage. Like it's not a big deal.
Who's Matt's?
No.
You can all just say it out
You could
loud.
just
The
talk.
whole point of a podcast
Just
is
talk
to
out.
Name one pick of mine that's bad.
All of them.
Okay.
I mean, not all of them.
Most of them.
I mean, there's some of in there that you're going to be surprised,
name
Mike.
one.
I think you'll be surprised about how.
No, I'm really not going to be.
You don't think that Iron Man VR is going to be good?
You don't think Marvel's
no.
Avengers? It literally
Here's
says
the thing.
best
Show me a
pick.
show me a
Just
VR
vote
game in the
on it.
last year that's come out that's had a higher than an 85, 86 on Metacritic.
Dude, that's a last.
Isn't it Beat
pick. That's a
Sabers, like, really
great-
high?
I'd love to take an 86 on my last pick.
Dude, my last pick, its predecessor was an 87. So mine have all been 87s or higher, and people, as we know, really, really like.
Why are you
sequels
baking
and
on past ratings for past games?
Mike,
If
your
anybody
mom's a
thinks The Last of Us is
doctor.
going to get less than a 90, you're smoking.
It probably will, because
so
it's
much
number
crack.
2.
No.
I mean,
It's-
I
there's
think
no
Last
doubt.
of Us 2 is going to get a fucking disgusting score.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
But I also think that Iron Man VR is going to be very well reviewed. From what people have said, it's the next best VR game since Beat Saber. So,
Is there any specials if one of our games gets the highest rating?
well,
Yeah,
we
should
were
we
just
make side bets of like whoever has the highest, and then
$100 to beat Mike.
what happens to
Oh,
the
wait,
person
what?
that gets the worst?
Are you serious,
That's-
Seamus?
that's-
I'll take
that's
that
steep.
bet.
No,
You said it.
but he is losing a $100 bet already. I don't want to make fun of him.
No, not necessarily. The season's
Yes.
not over.
You owe me $100 at the end of the hockey season.
No, the season's not over yet. We'll see. We'll see what
What's the
happens.
bet?
Basically, we made a bet, and I said that at the end of the season, Seamus would not have a better record than me in both leagues, and he currently has a better record than me in both leagues.
Crushing you currently.
Yeah, the other league is a categories league. It's bullshit, and he's
I don't wanna hear it.
crushing
You're still
everybody.
losing.
He's a ringer, and in this one, I've just been getting stomped in our league with people getting on heaters against me. But
So
I
you're
have the
already
most
down
points.
$100.
By the numbers, I have the most points out of any team in our league. It's just
I
have a
mean,
shit record.
all I'm saying is that, Seamus, if you're that confident, you should double or
No.
nothing on this.
Yeah.
I am not doing
double
that.
it. I'll double or nothing, Seamus. Double or nothing. Let's do it.
Nope.
Let's. Oh, come on, pussy. You know you're gonna lose.
Just bully him into doing it on the internet.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
What would be? What do you guys think would be a good side caveat thing for this? I didn't really think of anything. It was just kind of a silly fantasy thing.
What's
don't
the
know.
over under? Not even if Marvel's Avengers comes out this year, but let's say it comes out next year. What's the over under on it?
On the
Maybe
score?
Yeah. What are we thinking? I think it's a solid 87 right off the bat.
43.
All right, Matt.
How about this for every game that you picked or drafted that doesn't come out and
play
automatically
it.
defaults to a 0? We should say you do something.
Okay, first off, I already drafted my team. I'm not picking a bet now. Get lost, kid.
Because you're not confident in your team, I can tell.
That would just mean it didn't come out this year, Matt. That's the only
Yes,
reason it
that's
would
all
get
it
the
means.
0.
Yeah.
You also didn't. You
I
would have
have, like,
picked Marvel's
3.
Avengers and felt good about it until we said it might not come out.
No, I still feel great about it.
I mean, then we could say we have to do something then.
You guys can agree to do whatever you want.
All right, that's what I thought.
Then do something. What are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna go back to your actual. I sadly, because I want Marvel Avengers to be good,
They won't be.
I think it's gonna be a 69,
69.
and then
69.
since they've already said, and Mike can tell me if I'm wrong, there's going to be like continuous updates, DLC kind of. It's not going to be an MMO, but kind of be like in that realm where they're going to keep pushing updates out with it, which will give them time to slowly increase the rating. So if it comes out early in the year, I think that you have a chance of it being an 80 by the time it comes out with some re-reviews. But I think when it comes out, it's going to have a low score because Sony, Marvel, or not Sony, Square Enix is going to be bullied by Marvel to get it out sooner than it should.
Yeah, it also had all the issues with people not being happy with the fact that they didn't have the likenesses of all the heroes from the MCU, and people were like joking about that and saying how trash it was going to be. So we'll see.
But I genuinely want it to be a good game because that's the one game lately that's made me like wish that there was an XCOM version of Marvel Heroes game. So, but yeah, no, I think that's what I genuinely think about that one. And I'm kind of sad that you're too much of a pussy to bet on it.
Matt just has no confidence in this game. He just drafted a bunch of losers.
You're a loser.
Well, at least he picked MLB The Show.
That's not going to do well.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
At
They
all.
always,
No,
they're great games.
Okay.
Then
I
they're-
changed one of my picks to Madden 21.
Madden 20.
And MLB The Show is coming out on every platform, I believe, this
Let's
year.
see. MLB The Show, the last one that came out, got an 82 on Metacritic. So
That's pretty good.
Dude,
how about this?
I'm telling you.
No, we're not going to do that. I was not going to put caveats. I was going to say if Matt then can guess 2021's cover artist, we'll give him an extra 10 points. But if he gets it wrong, he loses 5.
So
Matt,
for the
go for it. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. You'll win.
for the final scores, are we taking a hard lock on like December 31st, 2020?
Whatever. No. So whatever day the podcast comes out, that will be the day that we lock it.
Okay.
And so we'll just add them up then.
Yeah, I imagine some of them are going to be moving around a bit, but also we should probably in the show notes of this when it goes onto
Just so
YouTube,
you
we
know,
should
I'm
have
gonna
all of our
continue
picks.
doing this
That way it's easier to
podcast
pull it back.
until Marvel's Avenger comes out. So
That's
we're
not
gonna-
how it works.
No,
That's not how it
You
works.
get a
That's
fucking
what we
zero.
just said. No,
Yeah,
we just
0.
said we'll lock it when we do the podcast. I'm unfortunately not available until Avengers has been released.
No. When the podcast will happen in December, whether you're there or not.
Yeah, we should have all of our picks like saved in the show notes for this one, just so we could easily reference it come whenever we decide to
Yeah.
recap
I mean,
this.
I have a spreadsheet on Google Drive.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Perfect.
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody keeps honest with it. Another one, so I actually want to go through the list of ones that I didn't pick that I thought might be pretty good. So Bravely Default 2 coming out on Switch sometime in 2020. Its predecessor, Bravely Default, got an 85. I haven't played Bravely Default, but it seemed to do well. And then another one that I think people are going to be underrating, and I don't know if the writing staff is ever going to be able to succeed past the first one that they did, was The Wolf Among Us 2. Also, there's no release date on that. But I think people are going to like The Wolf Among Us 2. I just don't know if they're going to have the same writing as they did in the first one, because there's a bunch of layoffs at Telltale, as everybody probably knows.
Telltale debacle.
Yeah.
You also have to I feel like because PS5 is being released later this year, I think like Godfall, and then Gods and Monsters, both those games that come out are.
Hey, Seamus, you want to shit talk us to our face, you fucking asshole?
The concept is literally talking, Seamus.
Yeah, if you got to shit talk, don't do it in text.
Why are you getting so mad?
I'm not getting mad. I'm saying stop being a cunt.
All right, so
Your words, not mine.
with this debacle slowly happening, we will have any last thoughts for the show? Hyde?
Is there a prize for winning this? Or is it just the pride of knowing that you bodied everybody else?
We'll go off of pride right now, but we'll figure out something.
This time around we'll do pride.
Yeah,
we
Mike's gonna
might
take a hit.
We might. Well, with that, we are the fifth draft in our truest form, all 5 of us here. Until next week, have a good week.
Peace.